Welcome to my channel, F1 News. What if I told you that Ferrari could be using a rear wing that not only gives it a brutal advantage on the straight, but is also walking dangerously at the limit of what is legal in Formula One? Subscribe to keep receiving content like this, because if we continue, what has surfaced before the Miami GP is not a simple aerodynamic upgrade. It is a solution that is generating real tension inside the paddock, serious doubts among rival engineers, and one question nobody can ignore. Are we witnessing a stroke of genius that reshapes the season, or a situation that ends in controversy, protests, and sanctions? Ferrari has modified its rear wing so aggressively that the FIA itself has had to step in and assess its legality. But the most unsettling part is this: even though it appears to comply with the regulations for now, numerous teams believe it goes completely against the spirit of the rules. And here is the most striking detail. Early data suggests this solution could hand Ferrari an advantage of up to 10 kilometers per hour on the straight on a circuit like Miami, where that margin can be absolutely decisive. The question is no longer whether it works. The real question is, how long will Formula One allow Ferrari to play this game before everything unravels? The true origin of this story is not in Miami. It begins the moment Ferrari decides to completely break from convention and pursue a solution that nobody else on the grid has dared to develop. While every other team continues refining already established concepts, the Scuderia chose a far riskier path, fundamentally reimagining how a rear wing operates, pushing it to a level that borders on radical, creating an immediate mix of fascination and suspicion throughout the paddock. What Ferrari has done is not simply improve DRS, it has completely redefined it. Rather than just opening a flap to reduce drag, they've introduced a system capable of rotating the upper wing element to extreme angles, transforming the car's aerodynamic behavior on a straight. This single detail changes absolutely everything, because the car stops behaving like a conventional machine at certain moments, slashing drag far more aggressively than any competitor. And naturally, when a team finds a way to gain speed without sacrificing too much elsewhere, it instantly becomes the center of attention. But this move doesn't happen in isolation. Ferrari arrives at this decision from a very specific context. It needs to make a statement. After seasons filled with raw potential, but also inconsistency, strategic errors, and poor execution at critical moments, the team realizes it cannot continue evolving cautiously if it genuinely wants to fight for the title. This innovation, therefore, is not purely technical, it's a declaration of intent. The problem, however, is that the further you deviate from convention, the closer you edge toward dangerous regulatory territory. And that is precisely what is unfolding. From the very first laps on track, engineers from rival teams began studying the Ferrari wing in minute detail, not only for what it achieved on the straight, but how it achieved it. The extreme rotation, the pivot positioning, the way airflow is reorganized, all of it started raising uncomfortable questions, and those questions inevitably lead to the next level: legality. Because in Formula One, being fast isn't enough. Every millimeter of your car must comply with the rules. The issue is that Ferrari appears to have found a regulatory loophole, a gray area where it technically satisfies the regulations while simultaneously defying their original intent. And that is what troubles rivals most, because they understand that if this solution survives scrutiny, they will not just need to copy it, they'll need to do so at record speed or be left behind. Meanwhile, the FIA watches carefully. It is given an initial green light, confirming the concept meets current technical regulations, but this approval is not final in political or sporting terms. If pressure from teams intensifies, if formal protests emerge, or if performance proves too extreme, the federation could be forced to intervene through a technical directive or a reinterpretation of the rule. And this is where the story reaches its most critical point. Ferrari is locked in a high-stakes situation. On one hand, it holds a potentially decisive advantage on circuits like Miami, where long straights amplify such solutions. On the other hand, every single lap with this wing is a live exhibition, a constant showcase where rivals are analyzing, filming, and dissecting every movement.
Simultaneously, another factor complicates matters: reliability. This system is not only innovative, it's mechanically complex. The forces generated during rotation, the vibrations from airflow, and the structural stress on the wing force Ferrari to maintain an extremely fine balance. If that balance breaks, the cost is significant, not just in performance, but in the car's stability during critical moments. So, while the world sees a possible technical revolution, inside Ferrari, they know they're walking a razor's edge. Being fast in a straight isn't enough. They must prove they can sustain that advantage without losing composure in corners, without compromising durability, and above all, without crossing that invisible boundary between legal innovation and technical scandal. And in Miami, everything converges, because this is no longer just an upgrade, it's the definitive test. If Ferrari dominates, the championship could shift direction entirely, but if something goes wrong, a protest, an FIA directive, or a mechanical failure on track, the effect could be the complete opposite. From the moment the car hits the circuit, every eye is on that rear wing. Each straight sector, each system activation, each top speed reading becomes a direct verdict on whether Ferrari has truly achieved what it promises, or if this is a technical illusion too fragile to survive real race conditions. And rivals are watching every lap, waiting for the smallest opening to react. Because the real key is not just whether the wing is fast, it's whether Ferrari will actually be allowed to keep using it. If the answer is yes, we're at the beginning of a new technical era in Formula One. If the answer is no, Miami will not be remembered as where Ferrari dominated, but as where one of the championship's biggest controversies was born. Absolute genius or a bomb ready to detonate inside Formula One? In the end, it all comes down to one idea. Ferrari has not just brought an upgrade, it has ignited a technical war mid-season. What started as a brilliant concept on paper has become the epicenter of a battle where performance, regulatory interpretation, and political pressure inside Formula One collide. Because the rear wing we're watching in Miami is not just an aerodynamic component, it's a symbol. It represents how far a team will go to find an edge, to outmaneuver their rivals, and to exploit every millimeter of the rulebook without breaking it, at least not in any obvious way. Subscribe to keep up with everything unfolding in Formula One. Now you really have something to think about.
Thanks for watching this video on my channel, F1 News, and please subscribe my channel and press bell icon.